can take something completely different from it, right?
No, listen, I completely agree with that. I've watched it happen to friends of mine. I've watched shit get clipped down when it was, and the ability to change something's context with a cut is incredible. But where my issue comes is, right, so when you have somebody, say for instance, like, so when we sign our prime minister into power, or when America signed Donald Trump into power, yeah? There are certain rules that these men have to go by, though a lot of them don't follow them. There is certain rules that these people are supposed to go by. Now, the reason Donald Trump is getting so much hype behind him right now, yeah, is because he's stepping out of the ordinary, yeah? What we have here is, look, I'm not fucking a hater, yeah? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's this, he's that, he's the other. He's a very intelligent man, right? And what he has done, yeah, is all he's done is he's listened to what the world is saying. Yeah, so he knows that there is an epidemic where men are being mistreated. Yeah, that now it actually turns out that one of the most hated populations is the white male. Yeah, like, and he's pointed this out, right? And that's fine because it is an issue, right? But then what he's done is he's taken a load of angry men who have nobody else talking for them. Yeah, if say you came up and you started advocating for these men, yeah, you've done business. I've seen it. I've watched you go from the Merc. I've watched you sell the perfumes. I've watched you do your thing. Yeah, I've watched that over the years. Now, what you can do is you can then go and teach that business acumen to people, right? And that same business acumen is transferable. It's just on a less successful scale, right? But then what you can do is, what are you doing? You're then teaching the word of Allah. You're literally your faith. Yeah. So, but what you do is you look at what you do. I've seen you on multiple times step off your journey to go and help somebody else. Yeah. I've watched you go and stand in the corner of a complete stranger because you morally believe that what they are doing is wrong. Yeah. That is a message to young men that is applaudable. Right. And I try to do the same thing. I try to go out of my way to teach young men to be better men so my daughters don't have to face this kind of shit, right? I am aware with a much smaller following than this man has, yeah, that my influence is, I have kids coming up to me wearing the same trainers, pulling me, taking pictures. Look, I bought these because you bought them, right? It's the weirdest thing in the world, right? I've never had anything like it, yeah? But it makes me then realize and go, oh shit, these kids are watching me, which therefore means that I can't come online and I can't say some madness, whether that gets me more money, whether that gets me, because look, I could get paid by saying the maddest. I can run around this app and challenge anybody to a crime off, yeah, who's got the biggest rap sheet, who's the, I could do that and I can glamorize that and I would make loads of money from doing it, right? But what, it's the moral compass that comes against. And I don't trust somebody who can push their moral compass aside on the idea of making more money.
I don't think he's done that.
But of course he has. Look, when did you see him go out to the community? When did you see him go out and talk to young boys officially in person? When did you see him?
Like, why does he have to do it in person? Why does he have to go out like?
No, but what I'm saying to you is when have you ever? All right, so let's look at it like this, yeah. Tell me once where you have seen an Andrew Tate video where he has taken videos with fans, where he's taken pictures with fans, where he sat there and spoke to fans and gave them advice. You go and look at other billionaires around the world who have got a platform, who use TikTok, yeah, who go around and the advise people like he's doing. He does it from behind a screen. He's not with people like people think he's with the people. And that, for me, that's an issue. Yeah, because if you're going...
That's a safer way of doing it, let's be honest. Like, he, probably a lot of people that would probably like to see him unalived, right?
Yeah, but I'm not... But I can't... Look at the size of Andrew Tate and look at the size of Andrew Tate and look at the size of Tommy Robinson, right? I don't respect Tommy Robinson in one little bit, but you see Tommy Robinson outside...
But he has to be outside, otherwise no one would listen to him.
No, but does he? Now at this point? At this point, everybody knows his name. Everybody knows his name. He doesn't have to go to the rallies. Katie Hopkins, you don't see her outside. She's built herself to a level of fame where they can talk from behind the screen and the influence is needed without actually being a part of the people. And like I say, look, I'm not in my video, I've not turned round and said, oh, this man's guilty. What I have turned round and said is, if a dog bites you twice, then that's your own fault. And you said you can't really judge him for that. But what I'm saying to you is inside yourself, forget laws, forget everything like that, yeah? If you knew that a dog had bit somebody twice, yeah, and both times that dog had been given a pass, yeah, would you still be comfortable sat around that dog even though it had been given 2 passes?
I don't think that's a fair way of asking the question. Let me ask it in a different way and see if you agree, right? Now, if you heard a rumour that this dog had bitten twice, but you hadn't seen it yourself, would you automatically not want to be around a dog?
Yeah, but that's the same. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you, because the dog's not bit you twice. It's the same concept, yeah? I'm saying that to you.
If somebody, there's a big question mark over whether it actually bit someone or not.
No, and I know that, but that would still, regardless, if I walk into my friend's house, yeah? For instance, I've got a friend called Roy. He's got a fucking mastiff, absolutely massive. I have to walk into the house hid behind Roy, yeah? Because the dog wants to eat me, right? Like physically wants to eat me, just doesn't like me. I don't know what it is, right? But when I enter that house, I know that that dog's bitten 2 people previous, yeah? Or I have heard...
You're saying you.
Oh, no, okay, rephrase that. I've heard from the locals on the estate that that dog's bit 2 people prior, right? Roy's never told me directly that that dog's bit anybody, right? But I've heard on the estate that that dog's bit 2 people prior. Every time I enter Roy's house, yeah, I am extremely cautious with that dog.
You're wary, yeah.
So, but for me, what I don't like is that there's that wariness around somebody who is so influential.
Yeah, but then if we use that basis to not like listen to people, then we are going to allow ourselves to be influenced by the powers that be, just because they tarnish someone's name. They could tarnish anyone's name that they want, and then we just automatically shun them and don't listen to their message. I don't know. That don't sit right with me.
But for me, I don't see you as a person, right? So here's the thing, yeah. You're online doing the bits, yeah. So it's easy for somebody like you to say, because you're not influenced. You're influencing. Yeah.
I mean, I would say that I've been influenced by taking. There's no way I couldn't have been, because I've listened to every.
Yeah, no, but not to that level. Like I've sat with kids.
Not to a massive level. I take some good from it and I leave the rest. Do you know what I mean? Same with anything. We all we all get the decision to make. Like when we listen to stuff. Like if you hear an advert on a TV, for example, you don't automatically run out and go and buy that product. You take what you want. You know, from like a set of 10 adverts, you might take one that you like and think, oh, that's nice, and go and buy it, and the rest should leave. With anything, you take what you think is good and you leave the rest, right?
Here's another. I hear you. Here's another point, right? Here's another point that I stand on, right? So, if you take the same behaviour that is glorified on the internet by them brothers, yeah, and you put that same behaviour, that same ideology, with a man who isn't successful, with a man who hasn't got money, yeah, but he still acts in the same way. I think if he still acts the same way and takes on the same mindset, he will become more successful. Right, but that's fine. But at what cost does that come? Because you are then dealing with a person, right? Thank you, BKs. But then you are dealing with a person, yeah, who has to go through. How many people get hurt along that way? How many times does this young man sit there frustrated, angry, because he isn't at that time succeeding? Yeah, because yes, there will be people like yourself who, and myself. I've only recently got this sort of ideology, but recently I've started watching the figures in my bank raise. Yeah, and then that has become. That's because that's now my thing. Yeah, that's what I'm with. Yeah, but prior to watching that money build, there was a lot of times where that money was non-existent. Yeah, and I was so frustrated and I was so angry with myself because I wasn't succeeding and stuff like that. But what you then do is you give this ideology to young men that being an alpha requires certain things, or holding, like, do you get what I'm saying? Like you put.
But I would argue the point that if you wasn't angry at yourself, you wouldn't have got to where you are now. So having that anger within yourself is very important to elevating yourself.
But not every man.
If you're not
every man.
you're not frustrated and angry with the position you're in, you're not going to get
But
out.
not every man's going to be able to emotionally regulate like that. Like, I understand that now. As a grown man, as a big dad with 3 daughters, yeah, I know that when my frustration starts to come, that's something to do with the way I'm acting or the way that I'm behaving. Yeah. So I can then look at that as a big grown man, and I can adjust that to how it needs to be, like, to make it work most for me. But when we're talking about the demographic of 18 to 26. You tell me the last 18, 26-year-old that you know that can healthily emotionally regulate, unless they have just grew up in a particularly stable environment their entire life.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's difficult for like any man of that age, right? Like, you're not a kid no more, but you're not really at the stage where you can achieve anything, really, are you? Like, let's be honest. I guess with the internet now, it's very different. Like, you could be a 19-year-old millionaire now. That was impossible before the internet.
Yeah, no, of course.
Impossible. You know, like, we've got the ability to earn money from a much younger age, but I just don't like. I don't see the point, because what's the alternative to him?
Find it.
And I'm not saying like
that's the question. That's the question.
Young men to look to.
That's the question, and that's perfectly right, and that's viable. But that there is where the problem solving needs to become, because then what you need to do is you need to look at it and go, rather than picking the shit with the least corn, yeah, right.
That was a disgusting saying, but I'm here for it.
Right. Rather than doing that, yeah, rather than settling, yeah, and just taking the bottom of the barrel, yeah. What you then have to do is you have to go, right. Well, no, we need to look to other people as a different influence, yeah. By no means do I ever think that I can reach his kind of fame, right? Never in a million years. But what I can do now, I've run 17 hubs for young men, yeah? All this was created this year. I run 17 hubs throughout the country that help young men emotionally regulate, because by helping them emotionally regulate, you then prevent them becoming abusers in the future, or not just abusers, harming themselves. Yeah, by giving them the tools to do that, to walk forward. We then do a boot camp.
That's such a bigger issue that really, really needs to be spoken about.
But look, like, that's the point. That's what he could do with his influence. That is what he could do with his influence. And that, for me, that's why I can't respect it, because you have a man here who has the ability to change the entire direction for all men, right? I understand the magnitude of what he is. Yeah, I'm not a hater. I'm not sitting there and going, well, I understand the power and the magnitude that this man has. What disappoints me is that somebody has been given that much power, and that is what they have chose to do with it. They have chose to tell people, well, have you got a Bugatti, right? You're not empowering.
No, but I mean, you see with that, right? That he says things that is deliberately abrasive, right? Because that's how we got the attention in the first place. He wouldn't have had the attention he had if he wasn't so outwardly abrasive like that, and that little bit of arrogance, because that's what rolled up. That's what got the haters speaking about him as much as the people that liked him. That's what contributed to the level of fame that he reached.
Do you know what I think, right? Do you know one of the biggest people I respect on TikTok, right? And it is one of the people people will think this is crazy, right? And this is one of the people I think he's amazing. Remember that guy who did all the videos and he was like, hello, people. Welcome to the United Condom.
Oh my God! You know him, bro? Listen, bro.
No.
He deliberately, yeah, set out.
Now, this is what I'm about to tell you. That's what I'm about to tell you. Yeah.
To turn people against Sunni Muslims, bro. He was like literally one of the most vile people I've ever met in my life, bro. If you knew the real story behind that,
I don't. And I would love for you to explain that. Yeah, give me a call about that, and we'll talk about it. But for me, yeah, I didn't understand the message. You know me, right? I'm new to this shit, right? So I didn't understand the message. But when I watched somebody utilize the power of social media, yeah, and then once they received that power, transferred that to whether right or wrong, because I don't understand the politics behind it, yeah, and I'll be honest, yeah, I don't, right? But to watch somebody build that platform and then use that to like get a message across, yeah, and then like a serious message across, whatever, like, and then all of a sudden do that, yeah. Andrew Tate got to a certain level of fame, yeah, where the trolling was not needed no more. Right? 50 Cent could stop tomorrow, but the trouble is what else does he have? What else makes him entertaining? Yeah? Where you look at somebody like Andrew Tate, who has massive potential to teach young men how to not only be successful, you can put them in the line of emotional regulation, yeah? Because when we start talking about fictional things like mental health isn't real, no, fuck off, right? Because I know a kid, yeah? I know a kid, I think I've told you about this, yeah? Last November, he was 14 years of age. All he used to watch was Tate stuff, yeah? Couldn't speak about his emotions. One Sunday morning, walked out in front of a fucking train. The kid is no longer with us. Right? And when I know that this young boy had told my daughter, because my daughter was a girl, yeah? And he told my daughter directly, we're not supposed to talk to other men about this. This isn't real. Da, 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 da. And he was talking to a young girl who didn't have the advice to put him in a place where he knew what was happening. My daughter isn't trained in that manner to teach this young boy. But this young boy was out here lost, yeah, thinking that he had no hope because it made him weak, yeah? And that...
But Tate never actually says that it's not real. Like, he says that you can't, it's not like a disease.
No, I understand he doesn't, I know he doesn't. I understand, you know what I mean? I understand that he doesn't say that, but he says that from a place as a man who can emotionally regulate. He says that as a grown man who's experienced life. He's telling this information to 14, 13-year-olds who have no skill of this whatsoever. They haven't even begun to look at this. All they are thinking about is what girl to press at the weekend, what boys they can beat up. They're going into this life of becoming a man. Yeah, emotional regulation doesn't start until 26, 28 years of age, and this information is being given. And this is where I talk about the irresponsibility of the influence. Yeah, because regardless of, it might help 10 people, but it's hurting 50. Yeah? And for me, that ratio, the maths doesn't add up enough. It's not.
I agree.
It's not.
If that's the ratio, then I completely agree. But I don't believe that that's the ratio.
Bro, listen. I mean, listen. Google it, man. Take a look at it. I wouldn't. I think the thing is I'm always going to come from this perspective. I've not got sons. I've got daughters. Yeah, and I always understand. I've got a brother, Darius. Yeah, Darius idolizes this man to the point that when I go into my mum's house, I have to make it clear: do not start fucking talking to me about this man. Yeah, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to sit at my mother's table having discussions with you about how I'm wrong and you're right. Yeah, it physically is a conversation that gets brought up all the time. And the simple facts of it are, as a person who has spent his entire life in a system that was trained to terrify me, I was in jail that long, that one of my biggest instincts is survival, is safety, yeah, is that I can look and see the damage from a perspective of looking out on what this is creating in young men, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, look, I can only speak from my experience, you know, my personal experience, like with a message, yeah. And my personal experience with that message is it's been a positive one. But I was a lot older when I started to get that message.
Yeah.
You know, I must have been 28 or 27, maybe even older, when the person first come on the scene. So I don't know what it's like, you know, for a youngster to hear it and to maybe not hear all of it and hear parts of it and how that might affect you. I don't know. I can't speak on that.
I only know because my daughter comes home, right? So my daughter's obviously in high school, yeah, right. Swiping, big respect for bringing it. Now, thank you, I appreciate you, man. So my daughter is in school now, right, and my daughter is surrounded by young boys 24/7, right. And I always ask my daughter, I always say to her, like, is it just my internet feed, or are these young boys listening to him? Yeah. And my daughter says to me all the time, like, no, these kids are talking about him at break, they're talking about him at dinner, they're talking about his success and all this, that, and the other. And yes, so the trouble is when you overhear it and you hear kids going, yeah, but I want that Bugatti and I want to be able to go on those boats and have those kind of women. Yeah, listen, man, of course that's going to have like, it's giving motivation. But then what happens is you get people who can go, all right, I'll take bits from this to educate myself because they're smart enough to do that. And then there's people who will give people like that a God complex. And then that's where, because I don't believe everybody who listens to him and follows him is part of the red pill faction. I don't, yeah? Because there are people like yourself. I don't think you're a part of the red pill faction. I think that you're smart enough, yeah, to define what's good in what he says. Thank you, Crank.
Take the good and leave the rest.
Yeah, take the good and leave the rest. But then, like I say, the ratio doesn't work. That there isn't enough people out there who are educated enough, yeah, in that way to be able to do that. So then what you end up with a bunch of boys who have got no motivation, they're too lazy, they think that by listening to the videos and holding the behaviour will get them in the place it will get them, yeah? And then all you end up with is a frustrated young man who's walking around not understanding why he's frustrated because he's supposed to be successful, he's supposed to be fucking mentally strong, he's supposed to take care of the women in his life, he's supposed to be the alpha male, but how are you supposed to do that from a place of no job, no education, you sat in a council flat, you're living off PIP and you're trapped. That you want to get out and you can't get out, you're trapped because you can't go out and get a job because you can't do the month without no wages, blah, blah, blah. The system isn't made to create takes, right? Which means the ratio is always going to be out because otherwise we would have.
What's the alternative then? Like
find somebody else.
Before him, how was it any better? You know what I mean? Like, how was it any better before?
But this is the point. It wasn't any better. We were in the process of discussing how to teach men, yeah, how to do this properly, and everybody was having a go at it, to the point being where women were even coming on TikTok and trying to help young men, yeah, help young...
A woman could teach a man how to be a man.
Yeah, right. So that's what, and then it was such a wide, a big position. But if you was to go online and you have the power to do this as a man. If you believe that there is somebody online that you believe has a really good influence, or you believe that that person could really help somebody or whatever, then you put them in a position. When people come to me and ask me about my journey about becoming a Muslim, yeah, anybody asks me about it on TikTok, I will always reference yourself, because when I was in the time and the period of just needing a little bit of understanding and just needing a little bit of know-how, you were there to influence me, right? So then I can then say to people in that moment, well, listen, here at this point in my life, I was lost and this person helped me in that direction. And that person was Scotty. So then I would put that person into that direction. When people come to my page and go, do you know how many boys I get message me every day? I've just met my girlfriend and I'm getting angry because I've got no money and I can't take her out and I don't know what to do with it and blah, 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 blah. And these young boys are so lost and I feel so sorry for them. Yeah. Because I remember being this little boy. Yeah. And I remember not knowing how to navigate in life and stuff like that. And these boys want somebody so much that they're willing to bypass Tate and come to me. Yeah?
Look, I'm not disputing, that there's better people
but what I'm saying to you is we both know my history. Yeah? So these kids who are coming to me who don't want to follow Tate, that just want an influence, yeah, are then coming to me as a second option and going, please help, yeah? But really, they don't, well, they might do, depending on how long they've watched my content. They don't know that my criminal record is fucking horrendous. Yeah? But then at that same point, they're panicking and they just want help, yeah? So then we have a responsibility as men, as fathers, as uncles, as grandfathers, to not try and fix these boys ourselves, unless, like for me right now, I'm in education on how to do this and I'm trying to get my lanyard, yeah, right? So once I have that lanyard, then I'm allowed in the rooms and legally, and I'm protected and they're protected, yeah? And that's what I'm doing. But at the minute, when I ain't skilled or in that position to do that, if a young boy comes to me and says to me, I'm struggling to emotionally, yeah, I am in money. And that young boy comes to me and he's struggling to emotionally regulate, I have experience with that, so I can help him with that. Or I can put him in the direction of the people who help me do that, yeah? Or when these boys ring me up and they go, I want to talk to this girl, but I don't want to be too forward, I can take the time out and I can speak to them and I can give them that influence. What I will never do, and I can never, ever, ever, with good conscience go, you know what, boy, you're struggling, go watch him.
No, I mean, I would never advise anyone to go and watch the band. That's why I'm not outwardly, like, people wouldn't even know that I watch him, really. How would you know?
No, I know, but
I don't ever really promote him.
I mean,
I don't speak about him. Like, because I know that there's a lot of stuff there that can be taken completely different way, and I'm smart enough to take the good and leave the bad, and a lot of people aren't. So I would never.
Always, right, look, he's always, this is just facts, yeah. It's just it's the way it's going to go, yeah. The fact is this man holds a lot of beliefs, yeah. I'm not as deep in as you, and I've got a little lost. I'll call you about this anyway. I've got a little lost on my journey, yeah. But
Oh, so have I.
right, I've got a little lost on my journey. But when you see somebody who comes up and they talk on a lot of the ideologies you believe, yeah, and especially holds part of the same religion, etc., he's going to get more things right, yeah, and he's going to relate to you more because his ideology is also guided by something you are, yeah. And that's, whenever you get in the comments, whenever I make a video about him, it makes me laugh because I seen your comment the other day and I fucking knew it was coming, right? Because whenever I comment on this man, you never blindly defend, but you always say, well, let's have a chat, yeah?
Conversation, man. Always conversation. I can't blame. Because you know why? Because I'm always open to that. You're going to know something that I don't know, and I'm open to learn. That's why. A lot of people
I'm just in there's a lot of people, right, who, through desperation, here's the prime example of it, yeah? The whole country right now is so lost because the politics are so bad, yeah? That they are looking to Nigel Farage as a saviour, right?
Yeah.
This is a case of, again, picking the shit with the least corn, yeah? The answer to that problem isn't picking Nigel Farage. The answer to that problem is requesting a government that you see as viable.
But there isn't one, is there?
You can make one because the government is put there for you. Karl Marx did the same thing. The only trouble was that back then he got people to a point where they revolted, took back power, but when they got there, nobody knew what to do. Right?
But I just feel like if we did get the perfect people in, it would be a Gaddafi again.
But you have to. I think. Look, one of the things I always hold weight to is like I always remember when Big Nasty said, if you don't know nothing about job centre payments being cancelled, bailiffs knocking at your door for some bullshit, or piss stinking up your hallways because you're sharing communal space, yeah. If you have no clue about that type of living, you have no business telling those people how to live. Yeah. Right now, everybody's concentrating on Nigel Farage. Nobody's concentrating on the fact that right now we have, as Deputy Prime Minister, whatever you would call it, yeah. I think her name's Emma something or whatever, yeah. She's from Salford. Yeah. She's raised in a real life situation, and it's the closest thing we've got. And everybody's always like, well, we have to get Labour out. We have to get Labour out. No, we have to get Starmer out. Right? You don't like the way Starmer.
I mean, I don't know much about the politics, but I know that much.
Yeah, no, but this is the thing. I've said this since the election started. I read all manifestos. I like to be educated on the shit, yeah. And I completely said from day one that Keir Starmer is nothing other than a blue wearing a red coat, yeah. The fact that he took Jeremy Corbyn and banned him from anywhere near the Labour Party tells you all you need to know. Yeah, he was so scared of this man's influence that he just wanted him nowhere near the party, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, he was one of the people. What annoys me most about politics is that people complain that they wanted a situation that was better for them, and when they had a person that was an option to be in power that actually cared about people, his history showed that. He was at the Palestine rallies, he was at the race rallies, he was everywhere. He was everywhere. He cared about the people, and everybody overlooked him because, the Labour Party were giving away too much money, and you believed the fact that we were actually in a recession. Yeah, and what they do is these people take advantage of human fear.
Yeah.
You and me, we're living real life. We're living real life. I'm not scared of my bills. Yeah, my bills come, my bills are high. Guess what? I make more money. That's not because I'm good at making money. That's just because I'm a man, and that's how life goes. Yeah, bills get higher. I have to earn more money. It's as simple as that, right? We can change the politics, and we can change things like that. But people look at it from this really small perspective. Let's get Labour out. No, just change Starmer. Yeah, the Labour Party was always built up for the working man. Yeah, that was right why it was originally put in place. Yeah, and all of a sudden you have allowed these people to convince you that by being a working man, people believe that because they're a bricklayer, that means they're a blue, and that means they're of Tory status. Are you getting Tory money? Shut the fuck up. No, you're not. Yeah, like you're not. Yeah, you're being conned, you're being blagged, you're being honey trapped. And then that's what's happened. We've just come out of 12 years of austerity. And I understand it, but what Nigel Farage has done is looking at those 12 years of austerity and gone, let's give the people what they want. And then he produced a manifesto which is fucking impossible to complete. Yeah, but that manifesto sounds perfect. Women get money to stay at home. We're going to close the borders, and we're going to sort all this out, and all this and that. Yeah. It's fucking madness. Yeah, it's absolute fucking madness. But then that's exactly what Tate's done. That's exactly what people like Katie Hopkins do. They rely on social fear. With that social fear, I know it. Fucking hell, my TikTok runs under the same design. It's not purposely designed like that. I just choose to talk about the horrors within the world. Yeah. But that shows it's just that thing, and that's the trouble. And in my opinion, like I've just said there about Nigel Farage, you don't want Farage, you don't want Starmer, and you don't want fucking Tories. You want a fucking government that you see fitted. Yeah. So instead of just picking the shit with the biggest corn, with the least corn, ask for new shit. Do you get what I mean? And that's the point, and that's my point with Tate. You know that there's people out there that influence you, whether that be online, whether that be in real life, that are more influential. So if a young boy came to you and said to you, I need help and I need advice, you would send him to one of them. I would hope so. Yeah. And I think that for me is where the problem comes.
I just.
But please speak.
I would never like. No, I just can't see like anyone else who has helped me as much as him. To be perfectly honest, but that doesn't mean that I would. That I think he's infallible. Like I know that his message is deliberately abrasive, and he deliberately says a lot of stuff that's there to rile up the internet because that's how he's been put in the position of influence that he's got. I just can't see anyone else who's given any message or any content that's had a better impact on me as a person than him. To be honest.
Yeah, but that's simply because it's straight maths and statistics. Tell me 3 other people off the top of your head, and I bet you'll struggle to find 3 other influencers who are doing that.
Without a doubt. I mean, like Jordan Peterson, I've taken some of the things he said, I've enjoyed and taken a bit of benefit from. And outside of that,
I think the smart thing to do, surely, is, and like we've just spoke about this whole conversation, right? And one of the things that we can both agree on, because it was the one time we were both nodding, was that men between the age of 18 and 28 struggle to emotionally regulate,
100%. Yeah.
Rather than going, who do I pick, who do I pick, who do I pick? Why not teach those young men to emotionally regulate and take the good and leave the bad? And if you can get people out there influencing young men to be emotionally intelligent enough to do that, then you have a problem solved.
I don't feel like I'm in a place where I could even do that. So, like, I don't think anyone should come to me for help on how to emotionally regulate, because I've struggled myself even at my age.
So, but that's the point, and that's why, like, look, so here's the weird thing about it, right? The thing about emotion, the thing about emotional regulation isn't having it under complete control. It's about being aware of it, right? Yeah. So you may struggle to emotionally regulate your anger, but if you know that that anger is there and you choose to remove yourself from a situation and go and do something, yes, you may not be in that instant actually emotionally regulating, but you are taking steps in that direction. By walking away from the situation, by anything that takes accountability for what it is you're feeling. So like, and to an argument, I would also suggest that is still emotional regulation, because you're still noticing the emotion, you're still choosing to walk away from it. I think once you realize, like, I read this is my favorite book on the planet, 48 Laws of Power. And I think once you're in a position that you start taking accountability for your own actions, you are then in the position of growth, and you are starting to grow as a human being. And by noticing your emotional state, it is a level of emotional accountability. And
accountability is something that I talk about all the time. I'll be honest, like being able to not push the blame and realize that absolutely everything you do, good and bad, is your fault. Everything that happens to you, good and bad, is 100% like your fault.
Yeah.
But then again, that's something I got from Tate himself. I'll be honest with you. That's something that I literally got from him. That if I never listened to him, I'll probably still be trying to blame other people for shit.
Yeah, but that's, again, it's that same thing, man. It's like, right, so if you're a shark hunter, for example, and there's only 3 sharks on the planet, and you've had 40 catches, a large percentage of them catches are going to be from the same shark. And I think that's the issue, is the fact that there isn't enough sharks for people to fish for, and that's my issue. That's my issue with it. It's the only issue that I've got with it, is like,
how do we create more sharks then? Because like,
be one. I'm out here. I've got 17 emotional regulation hubs. I've got a boot camp coming for the summer to help young boys who are fucking angry at home, that are punching shit out of the walls. And I'm currently setting up a school tour to go around and talk to these young men and women about experiencing life from the eyes of a real person and not through the eyes of your phone, and understanding the difference between being a lovable rogue and being that man that, look, nobody's telling you to be out here, because the nice guy does finish last 100%, but don't be the nice guy, be the good guy. There's a difference between a nice guy and a good guy. A nice guy will pick you up off the floor after your purse has been robbed. He'll help you recover. A good guy will go get your purse back, give the man a foot in his ass, bring him back, make him apologise, and bring your purse back with an apology. I ain't trying to be the nice guy, I'm trying to be the good guy.
I've never tried to be the nice guy, but to be honest, like, I'm only as nice as a situation will allow me to be, and I say this all the time. Like, if the situation allows me to be nice, I'll be nice. If it doesn't, then I'm not. You know, sometimes the situation doesn't doesn't need a nice guy.
Yo, Tommy, man, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. No, and that's it. I think that's it. But that, again, that is a massive important thing. Jordan Peterson says this, yeah? Men should have the ability to commit such heinous crimes, but those same men should have the power to make sure that they don't. What's the saying? It's better to be a soldier in a garden than it is to be a gardener in the war. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and I think, and that's the thing with it. By teaching men, like, people look at Tate and they look at that as success, bro. That's not success, because that's look, you can aim for that, yeah, but the percentage of people who catch that kind of success is limited, yeah. And what you can do is that you can get 1,000 men trying to reach that peak. What you're going to get is 5 men that reach that peak. What about the others? The others should have been taught that having a family has value, having children has, yeah. And I think what you're doing is you're teaching a load of men to have unrealistic expectations, yeah, based on the fact that this one man tells you if you don't have this, you're lazy, but he doesn't explain the fact that the system is against you as a whole to help you become that. Yeah, let's look at the reason the charges are in the place that they're in. He didn't physically put nobody in the back of a lorry and swap them countries, but what he did do, he made his money off the back of women. That isn't. No, he did the phone calls, bro. Listen, my mother did it years ago. I ain't fucking sitting here and saying, oh, my mother did it. Yeah, my mother was a pimp, bro. Literally. Yeah, but he did that with the call centers. He did that. He did it. He made that money by stepping out of the system into the grey areas of the system, and that was how he made the money. But he isn't selling that story. Yeah, he isn't selling the fact that he had to step out into the grey area to become that 2%.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Listen, I like what you just said about, maybe only 5% are going to be able to achieve a fraction of that, and the rest are just going to be, falling way short. And then the frustration,
frustrated,
yeah. No, I hear that 100%. And what he should be pushing is not to achieve what he achieved, but to find happiness in the somewhere in between, because that's where most people are going to land. I hear that 100%.
Even if he taught the same message, right? Listen, hear me out, yeah? It's the same thing we teach young aspiring footballers, yeah? Go for the goal of being the footballer, but please make sure you go to college just in case.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the responsibility has to come. That's where I say that my line draws, because there is no responsibility and there is no taking, there is no, what about that other fucking massive percentage of boys who get left behind because he isn't helping them. He's telling them when they're depressed, they should man up.
On that part, I 100%, agreement, 100%. There's absolutely no question in my mind. On that part of it, I'm on, complete agreement. Not gonna lie.
Listen, I'll always have these conversations. I love that I can have these conversations with people. I always worries me when it's people I know, because I've had many situations where I get into these debates, yeah, and by the end of it, I walk away from it and I don't like the person.
I hear you, but I don't think that would happen with me and you. I feel like me and you have been through a few situations now where if we haven't fallen out, we ain't gonna fall out.
Yeah, no, I think that's it though. When you talk to me or when I talk to you, I see it, I watch it, yeah, you listen to me, right? And that's not me saying, oh, I'll only be friends with people who listen. You take in what I'm saying and you analyze it yourself, right? And you'll take a listen. And if at the end of this phone call you still choose to think the way you think, that's fine, because I understand by your prerogative that you have already explained and you've made it very clear. I take the good, I leave the bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but so, I can appreciate that. I was a lot older when I started to hear it, and if I had started listening to it at 12, 14, it would have been very, very difficult for me to have had the intellect to take the good and leave the bad.
Yeah, we didn't have young boys, right? Look, as a grown man, here's the last example I'll give you. Yeah, my daughter said this, right? As grown men, yeah, you understand it, right? When you're with your girl, yeah, and you walk up to her, yeah, and you snatch her, come here, yeah, come here, give me a kiss, yeah, that's your girl, right? You've been in a relationship. You created trust. That woman knows that you are that safe space. Yeah. So that place that you can freely be that way. Yeah. That's how you are. That's mum. That's what he's talking about. Yeah. That's the bit that he's talking about. We have 13, 14-year-old boys who are moving like that to girls who don't understand it, who don't trust them, who have no idea of what they're going to do next because they're just a boy in school, but they have been taught that this level of confidence and this level of arrogance is how you get a girl. It's not how you get a child, bro. You're scared the shit out of a little girl who ain't got no fucking clue where this is coming from, because no mother is out there teaching their child, yeah, to rightfully so, when your man touches you like that, that this means that. Nobody's going to have that conversation.
Yeah.
No rightful woman in their right mind would have their conversation with their daughter like that.
It's hard with the age because yeah.
So then again, it's what these young, because we have so many boys with absent fathers that look to somebody like that, yeah, to give them that advice. They haven't got a dad there. My daughter knows that if a man was to ever put his hands on her like that and try and tell her to do something that she ain't comfortable with, my daughter's been training in MMA for 2 years and she'll drop man on his head. Yeah, don't get that twisted. But I know, because of how I am as a father, that I can't protect her by putting her in a bubble. I have to provide her with the right tools. And that same message is transferable to every other child that's on the planet. Yeah, because by giving them the wrong tools, you're giving them bladed articles, you're giving them fucking ideology that makes it think that they're entitled and this, that, and the other. You're giving kids the wrong tools at the wrong age. These are tools that can be used by grown men. If you're in your work, that idea of going and grabbing your woman up and taking power and control and all that, that advice works for a man who's been in a relationship that's been dead for 6 months, but he's been with her 20 years and the spice has gone. You can't give that advice to a 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 16, even 18-year-old boy.
I'll agree that, like, and this is something that has sort of like changed in my mind since we started this conversation, is that you need to be a certain age before you should even, before this type of content should be available to you. You need to be of a certain age and a certain intellect and a certain emotional age. And right now, it's just there for everyone. And it's probably in the younger years, it's doing more harm than good. I'll agree with that now.
But that's the only way I look at it, bro. That's like, it's not a hate thing. Look, I've always said this, yeah, like from the day that I seen him pop up on the internet and that, yeah, I always said in my argument with, I believe, and I have done for the last 10 years, that every single person, whether shitty or not, has something to offer you in some way or another, because they have survived the same life that you have. So whatever key that they have for their survival, if you are interested in that, you can take that away. If Tate was coming online and giving business advice to young boys, then I would be writing that shit down, but he's not. He's selling it, isn't he? Yeah, he's selling it. But these were right. But again, work it out in your head. He's not stupid. He knows that 13, 14, 16, 18-year-old boys can't afford that program.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the information.
You'd definitely be doing something. Like, look, bro, I'll tell you what, you have changed my opinion on that. Like, the fact that he's doing nothing to help the younger ones who are still being influenced by him, and he's probably doing more harm than good in kids up until a certain age.
Listen, I'm not talking about send him to the chambers and all this, that, and the other. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. He doesn't live in my head like that. Yeah. What I'm saying is I look at the situation and I don't know whether it's ADHD, whether it's a little bit of autism or whatever, but I look at it from a statistical point of view. And like you've just said there, I can't look at it in any other way than it does more bad than it does good. And I think for he fell off your mum. Like, I think with these type of situations, look, man, like nobody will tell me that I'm a different type of man. Yeah, I take care of mine. I handle my business, and everybody in my circle knows, whether it's female, male, or whatever. As a man, I provide safety, security, and somewhere that you can call home. Yeah, and I'm not a Tate. I don't have that much money, but I promise you, I'm happier than he ever is. Yeah. I promise you, like I've lived my life and I've been through them wars, and that happiness, if I could bottle it and sell it, I would. Yeah, because I look now and I've got 2 daughters in a bedroom right now, just fucking chilling, eating lunch, fucking doing fucking drawings and all this, not sat on the fucking internet. I've got 1 daughter that's currently out running 6 miles. Bro, I'm happy. Yeah, you get what I mean? Like, and that there in itself is the bit that these young boys miss, is that, like, yeah, listen, man, fucking hell, if you want to be successful, you want to be a rapper, you want to be a footballer, you want to be a Tate, you want to be that guy with a Bugatti, that's fine, but give yourself a backup plan, because it's not likely. Yeah,
no, for real.
And I think I've always done real talk.
Right, like the most realistic form of happiness that people could ever hope to have is what you just described there.
Yeah. And anything above that, I'm not saying don't manifest more. Yeah, like shit, I'm not telling young men to just hold back and just be that style. I'm not telling you to do that. But you see me now at the big old age of 36, right now, yeah, I'm watching my money climb. Yeah, nice. Yeah, and I'm watching that money climb nice because the universe paid me back. Yeah, and it didn't come fast. I didn't get it off the back of other people. Yeah, it didn't fucking come at the cost of other people, but the universe paid me back. And right now I've got a responsibility to take care of my babies, and I'm too busy to be in Dubai. I'm too busy to be in the Dominican. Because I've got to raise kids, and I've got to make sure that they are prepared for the future when I'm gone. Yeah, so right now my money would just be sat there. Yeah, my kids wouldn't be getting the best life. They wouldn't be getting the best experience, because if I was that rich, they wouldn't need it. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Right now, the universe gave me what I needed at the right time. And now my kids are getting to an age that they can get on a plane and see those nice, gorgeous, sunny places and all that. Guess what? Now dad's getting money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's because the universe aligned it in that way. Yeah. And I think with this shit, we have to take responsibility. It's all well and good having money, but you have to be a decent person first. We see this all the time. Look at what happens. How many celebrities do we see now being pulled up years later for charges because they were given too much money, too fucking young, and then when they had that money, they did nothing other than fuckeries with it. Yeah? Being a good person becomes first over becoming rich. I'm not saying don't be rich. Get your shit together. Be a good person on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, listen, bro, I've turned down so many. Like, honestly, no one would understand the amount of shit that I've turned down, especially when I have my big account, just because I didn't see it as something beneficial to show my people. Like, bro, if I told you the fucking amount of money I turned down for a shisha, bro, yeah, I wouldn't even promote that. I wouldn't sell that to my followers, bro. If you saw the number that they put in front of me, this company, yeah, to promote it, you wouldn't believe it. But I couldn't even do that.
No, listen, I had somebody message me 2 years ago, 2 months ago, not 2 years ago, 2 months ago. They messaged me up. I got offered at the time. I don't need it, but I'm good. It would have been nice. I got offered 55,000, yeah, to offer to promote a crypto scam.
Bro, but add a 0 to that, yeah, bro.
Yeah. No, but this is what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. Like,
the hardest decisions I ever made. And the people around me at the time were all like, just take it, bro. Like there's so many shisha and smoking. Like most Muslims are doing that, like smoking that anyway. And I just could not do it, bro. Yeah. I just couldn't do it. I never promoted anything to my following that could have helped their health, ever. And I just thought, I'm not doing that now for any amount of money. And I sit here some days and I think about it, you know, because the money don't come in like that anymore. And I don't regret it. I don't regret it, not for a second, to be honest. I think about it sometimes. I don't regret it.
The thing is with it, your peace of mind and your happiness is what matters, right? And I think as long as we're selling both ideas, yeah, then you're winning. Because I always look like the people going, oh, you can be this and you can be this and you can be that. The actual truth of the matter is your actual biggest benefit would be waking up and realise how much you're being taken for a sausage as by your government.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, when it comes to England, I'll be honest. I have no belief that England will ever change, and that's why I don't live there anymore. I refuse to live there, and I feel like the fact that both my sons already want to leave England. Like they both want to move. My son now, he's doing an apprenticeship as like for being like a groundsman, and he wants to go to America with it.
I don't really. I hope he chooses something different than America, but it's going to be his choice at the end of the day. The fact that I've got both of them like looking at opportunities and looking at ways to have a life outside the UK, I feel like that's the best thing I could do for them. Because growing up in England, I just can't see a life there getting any better. It's only going to get worse. And if it's like this already in my time, what's it going to be like in their time? And I'll just be happier knowing that they're not involved in it.
No, facts, I hear that.
That's me. I've just given up with the UK. I'm completely given up with it. But I don't think it will ever get better.
On that note, yeah, I'm gonna fucking shoot because I'm sat here chatting about somebody else's wealth when I should be making my own.
Don't worry.
Listen,
I
I literally only came through because you asked me to, yeah. So don't ask me for no more debates, man, because I like you. I feel like I got to come through and give you one. But nah, listen, absolute love, yeah, and keep doing your thing, bro. And I'm glad I could change a bit of ideology as well, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, definitely. You definitely opened my eyes, made me think about it from a different perspective that I never really thought about it from. Definitely.
Listen, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for listening to me, yeah?
Oh, my bro. Love always, man. Be careful.
You too.
See, that's what I miss on social media, man. Do you know that there was a time when that's all it was on here? Was conversations like that? That's the only thing it was. Now, we go live and it's just fucking, send your heart, miss. Everyone get in your heart, me. Or you're blocked. Tap the screen. If I don't get 1K out of this battle, I'm coming off. There was a time when it was just conversations like that all day. Unfortunately, them days are gone and they're not coming back because the world's changed. Social media's changed. And I'd like to think that through all of that, I haven't changed that much. And if that's the only thing I achieve from social media, really, then I'm happy with that. Because I've seen too many creators disappear. Not necessarily they're not on it no more, but they might as well be. They might as fucking well be. See, now look, I'm looking at the list of creators who are live with, and I'm like, how can I follow up that with that? How can I now go from that conversation, yeah, to this person? I'm just looking, thinking, I might as well come off now. I might as well come off. I'm supposed to follow that with something. That's crazy. Oh well, look, we're here. We are here. Get another shawarma. Oh.
You're a Spider-Man?
Spider-Man?
Oh, is that Lakers? Sorry, I thought it was Spider-Man. I thought it looked like Spider-Man, some eye thing. Anyway, what are you doing?
Not a lot, you?
Oh, whatever. I wanted to say happy birthday to Angie with my outfit later. Single rider, all that. But she came in with Torian and then I'm not feeling Torian. I like her, but at the end of the day, she needs to get manners. Keep saying, oh, this one's fell off, this one's fell off. You've been on TikTok for about a year, Bab. You've caused so much drama. Yeah, you got a few top gifters. However...
I like Torian. Oh, it's Torian.
Yeah, that's totally.
Hold on. Why am I declining her? Because she let Gaza use her account. That's why. Sorry, Jebzina. Sorry.
Here we go.
Why she
Next man is always liking the opposition. Let's talk about Hustle, shall we?
Fucking hell. Alright, cool. After this. Sorry, what?
Yeah. I'm trying to talk and you're saying all this stuff very rare. No one cares. I'm trying to talk. You talk to everyone else. You talk about this, talk about that. Talk about Birdman. Talk about rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. Here, what?
What?
About, oh, Gemma's fell off, blah, 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 blah.
Who said Gemma's fell off?
All these little lot, no one cares, been on here 6 years. Would you be on here 6 years with all this traumatic, toxic behaviour, chatting about, oh, she had all these coins, go, no one likes her anymore, she's fell off. I really don't care, I'm a 43-year-old woman, darling. All of yous are trying to repeat history. Torian's mouth is rotten, way worse than mine. Whether you like her, she's got beautiful hair. She should be doing a lot better for herself, yeah? About she's all sophisticated, right, goes to university, chat, this, that, and the other, and she wants to so easily lower her tone to come down to other people. What are you talking about, Torian? What are you talking about, love? Yeah? West Side Story, get out if you're running your gums, right? People on this app need to get some blood clot respect, yeah? And let me tell you something. The only person that ever really does come back for me is Millen. And he tells everyone blood clot straight. As much as 2024, he was so annoying to me, yeah? Yo, you guys just annoy me, bro. Scotty, you go around the app like this. Oh, this one is just being really red about this. Go. Yeah, but it's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be.
I don't go around the app like that.
Yes, you do. You go around correcting everyone like you're some dictionary, some eraser, yeah? Some bumbleclot.
Like, don't drink and drive. Don't do loons that will starve your brain of oxygen and maybe paralyse you. It's pretty simple, normal stuff what I say, but the level of intellect on the app, it means that I have to keep repeating it. Let's be honest.
Jem is a good person, Jem.
I don't correct people's fucking grammar and people's English. I'm not that, I'm not pedantic, you know? I just say basic stuff that everyone should know that apparently a lot of people don't know.
SKAR, hustle, blah, blah, blah. Listen, let me tell you something, yeah? I will take your mouth down, right?
Go on then, do it. Go do it.
Okay,
do it. I challenge you to do it.
I'm not there.
I challenge you to do it.
I'm not there. Challenge?
I'll challenge you. I dare you.
Why are you moving your lips like that? Just because you go, challenge.
Why are you, why am I moving, why do you look like a potato? You look like a granny potato head with no teeth. What are you talking about? Honestly, listen, all the filters in the world and you still got lines on your face like that. Allow it. Don't do this, James, you know, because I'll walk you around the internet. I've never walked you yet, but I'll walk you around the internet, you know.
Ooh, there goes Torian spending her pip money. There we go. Bookie gal. That's all you need to do. Spend that dough, darling. You absolute dough ball. Come in like one cookie dough.
She got bananaed. What is wrong with people today, man? Bro. Listen, this app is so sensitive right now. Yeah? Listen, you need to be so careful what you say on this app right now. That's why I'm not even trying to go live. I said it earlier, guys. I'm not going live with no bad-minded people. No one that draws me out. I can't risk going live with no one. I'll just get nanoed all the time. Why are you in the comments laughing, Jem? I don't understand you. You're weird. Strange. I've got to be so careful, man. Like, if I showed you what I got nanoed for 2 days ago, literally, you can't even swear on here no more. And for someone like me, that's very difficult. Because I'd always be swearing. No more walkies by the looks of it. I don't know. Hello, Tony. Did Torian come off? Probably got nanoed as well. Honestly, I feel like maybe just take a few weeks off, let them do the guidelines again, because they can't keep it like this. No way. They can't keep the guidelines like this. There'll be no one left. There'll be no one left. Jimsy, I don't think she's very jealous of you, to be honest. She came off. Okay. Listen, there's going to be no one left. The app's moving mad. birthday, Angie.
Let's go!
I think it's her birthday, guys.
And steady. Working for the man every night and day. I never lost.
You're coming for me, Gemsy, are you? Okay, I'll see you when I see you then. Right, guys, come on, tap the screen, share the live. We got doubles right now. Let's give her a birthday present, guys.
Running on the river.
Well, at least she's got an excuse to day drink today.
Guys, we're 20k from number 1 on the popular. Hello, Scotty.
Happy birthday, Angie.
Thank you so much. Where's your gift?
The gift is me.
Elaine.
On the screen, saying happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. Well, I appreciate all the birthday gifts. Thank you. We're 20k to number 1 on the popular.
Nice. Well done to you.
Thank you. Well, it's well done to everyone else, really, because they're sending me the gifts. Thank you.
Yeah, they're not the one who gets the money. You, well done.
That's kind of rude.
That's not rude. That's not rude. It's true.
Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it. It's not about the money, Scotty.
Yes. It's a little bit about the money, a little bit.
Oh my gosh, it's really not. Thank you, Trish. Do you see me spending my money? No, you don't. Well, apart from takeaways. I save my money. What's that in the background of you?
It's an AI picture of me.
Scotty, are you still on the run?
Yeah.
Oh, my butterfly fell on the floor. Thank you, everybody. That's my little butterfly. Do you want to see? Do you want to hear that? Look, Scotty, you've got this little butterfly. It says friendships, friends give hope. Yeah, friends give hope when life is low. Friends are a place where we can go. Friends are precious, honest, and true. I feel so lucky my friend is you. That's nice, isn't it?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you, Average Breath. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I like these little messages and these things. Oh, I love the song. Ah, thank you, Blondie. Thank you.
You keep your mind on the money, keeping your eyes on the wall. I'm your private dancer, a dancer for money. Do what you want.
We got a glove we can use and try and take that 10 streak.
Private dancer, a dancer for money, and any old music will do. I wanna make $1 million.
Thank you, everybody. Let's see how far we come.
Have a husband and some children. Yeah, I guess I want a
We're still
family.
20k away
Right, throw it down, DB. Yeah, last 30 seconds, guys. Everyone do what you can. Let's see if we can take that streak.
from number 1 on the popular. Yeah, we can do this, guys. Just in a heartbeat. It's only 1 penny.
A bit early, but it's all right, DB. Don't worry.
Huh? So you didn't answer my question. Are you still on the run?
I did answer it. I said yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for the gifts. Thank you. Dance on for money. will do. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. Can we just... Yeah, okay, no. Doesn't matter. Thank you. Thank you so much, Maggie. I'm trying to go for popular number 1.
Well, it's very early. You should get it.
Maybe, maybe not. Thank you, Paula.
Yeah. You got the whole day and night. No reason why you can't.
Yeah, I'm number 3. Yeah, but I think I'm 15k away from it. 15k. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you so much, Maureen, for the birthday wishes. Thank you. It does mean a lot because my dad's not here anymore, so it does. I'm not upset. You know what I mean? I'm in a good mood. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everyone. Yes. I'm a private dancer, dancing for money. 10 to number 2. 10 point K to number 2. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Paul. Okay, yeah, he will be. I wish TikTok was around when my dad was alive, though, you know what I mean? Well, I don't think it was around then. TikTok started in 2016. Yeah. Thank you.
Was it Musically then?
That's my dad.
Wasn't it Musically then? What year did it become TikTok?
I think, I don't know if it was Musically then, was it? Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Sophia. I think 2016 TikTok was about, wasn't it? 2016, no? Have I got that wrong? Thank you. 2015. I'm sure it was 2016. I'm pretty sure I read it. Oh. I wonder why they changed it to TikTok. Most people joined during COVID. Oh. See, an easy way to make money, I'm not going to lie, on TikTok.
It never used to be. Low money in it at the beginning.
Was it not?
No, with no gifting, no live stream access, no paid content, nothing.
Oh, COVID made this. What is it for? COVID. I'm surprised that it's not as popular as it is. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Facebook and Instagram and all those kind of websites have money where you have the gifts. So yeah, thank you. I don't think they have gifts on any other websites. I'm surprised it's not as popular as it is. Because when it's
about money, Angie.
What?
I thought it wasn't about
No, I'm
money.
not saying about the money. I'm just saying I'm surprised it's not as popular because when there's money involved, there's going to be people that's going to want to join it. You know, they don't have that, I don't think, on Facebook and Instagram and other websites. Favorited does,
That's when it became very top when the money came in. It was.
That's true, yeah, that's true with money, isn't it? Yeah, money's really. They say money's very evil, but money also can buy your health to a certain extent, isn't it? Money can buy a lot of things.
I mean, it can't buy your health, like really, because it's.
Yeah, to a certain extent it can, because you can go private, innit?
You can't buy happiness.
Yeah, but you can go private. Yeah, but one thing,
right? No
waiting on
private healthcare.
No, what I'm saying, Scott, if you instead of waiting on a list, you know, NHS list, you can go privately and get it done earlier. So in some ways, you can buy your health with money.
Yeah. To a certain extent.
I wish I took my dad private. Blondie. What are you saying, huh? Oh, you've never seen Scotty before? It's on the run. It's a fugitive.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Sam Walker to arrange a helicopter for me.
A helicopter? What, back to the UK?
Yeah.
What, back to prison?
No, I'm trying to
What are you
avoid
on
that.
the run for, Scotty? What are you on the run for?
Well, they kept asking me intrusive questions. So, yeah, something very bad happened to them. They just wouldn't stop asking intrusive questions.
Well, and something bad happened to them, and
Yeah, something really bad happened to them. Yeah, yeah.
something happened to them because of
Really
you.
bad. Well, I mean, I don't want to incriminate myself, but had they not been asking intrusive questions, then nothing probably would have happened.
Why are people over here saying it's DV?
DV? Where's the victim for DV?
No, I'm just saying what people are saying in the comments.
Yeah, well, most people in the comments don't have two brain cells to rub together.
So it's nothing to do with DV.
Oh, it's the first I've heard of that one. I've got so many sisters, you see. I wouldn't ever have to lay my hands on a woman because no matter what age you are, I've got a female relative that can handle it. I'm one of 11 siblings, you see.
Listen out for the door. Okay, Trinity. You've got another person coming.
Melons, I see you. I see you, Melons.
Let's tell us what you're on the run for.
I've just told you.
What, tell me again?
Someone wouldn't stop asking me intrusive questions and something really bad happened to them.
And that's because of you?
Well, like I said, I don't want to incriminate myself, but
So
had they not been asking...
can I ask you a question? How can you call yourself a Muslim then?
Why?
Because a Muslim in the Quran says that you will not hurt anybody else.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, can you give me the chapter and verse?
No, I don't know what chapter verse is. I will not hurt another person. It's very similar to the Bible. Did you call yourself a Muslim just for protection? You did, innit?
No, not really. I heard that that's why your cousin done it though. That's why, because he was in jail for selling rugs, right?
I don't have a cousin.
Yeah, okay, pick up me, pick up. Oh, that's not what you said last time we was in life together. Last time we was in life together.
No, well, I wouldn't
cousin who was born Muslim, real Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
That's for you.
I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't talk on them.
I wouldn't talk on what?
On my family.
No, you spoke on your family, not me. I'm just reiterating
I
what you
haven't
said. Big up, Amy.
I'm not saying anything about my family.
You did last time we was on that. How would I know then?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Pardon me. Guys, throw down a glove, last 30. There you go, better move. Your 12th street looks a little bit in danger.
What?
I said your 12th street looks in danger. The
It's in
12
danger.
Wind Street you have, it looks like it's in danger.
Oh, I do have a 12 wind streak. I didn't realise.
Your Wind Street.
Do you know sweets have gelatin? Oh my goodness. Do you know that sweets have gelatin, which is animal fat? Oh my god, I was enjoying those sweets. Good enough to hold them once I ate them. I feel sick. Could you just wait until I finish the bag and then tell me that? Now they have to go in the bin. Thank you.
No, enjoy them.
No, but to put them in the bin. No,
Enjoy
she
them,
was saying
Andy.
it's got gelatin in them. Tell me once I finish the bag.
Some of them are gelatin.
Because I wasn't.
Some of them.
No, it's put me off now that she's. They're vegetarian. They're vegetarian sweets. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. No, because I'm a vegetarian.
Well,
I mean, I eat fish.
if they're vegetarian,
Oh,
you never
thank you,
know
Blondie. I eat fish. I eat fish because, Jesus ate fish.
Oh, and you model yourself on Jesus. Guys,
Jesus ate fish.
I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he
glove
did.
up.
But then you got to kind of wonder to yourself as why Jesus ate fish.
Well, maybe he likes fish. Guys, gloves, last 10.
A living,
Quick.
a living animal. Yeah, Jesus drank red wine and fish. Red wine and fish. But why would he eat fish though? I don't understand that.
Oh,
Because all God's creatures and all, do you know what I mean? He ate meat too. Get away with you.
big up Amy, big up me and Carl, big up Dee Dee, big up Kirsty, big up
What?
Scotty.
Jesus ate meat? No, he did not. Fish.
13.
He ate
Unlucky
meat
for
as
some.
well. I can't be a Christian if he ate meat.
I'm pretty sure he did eat meat.
I can't be a Christian if he ate meat, to be honest. Because I'm a believer that all animals is God's creatures. And that what we believe in the Bible, that's the son of Jesus, the son of God. So if he's the son of God, he would not be eating meat. He would not be eating God's creatures.
What if God put them animals here to be eaten?
Then that's not God what I want to look up to, then in my eyes.
So what are you going to be now then?
Atheist.
An atheist? But they will eat anything.
An atheist does not believe in God.
Yeah, but they'll eat anything though. They still eat meat and fish.
But not all atheists eat meat.
What? Yeah, but by the belief of an atheist,
Why
they can.
would I want to look up to a God or that thinks it's okay to eat meat? That's silly. Because I believe the Ark, Noah's Ark, so they're all God's creatures.
But there was no fish
So
on the
why
ark.
is Jesus eating meat?
Because there was no fish on the ark.
Oh. You're not getting what I'm saying. In our religion, Jesus is God's son, right? So, and all the creatures, all the animals is God's creatures, right? So if that's the case, then why is Jesus eating meat?
Jesus loved a bit of beefsteak.
Doesn't make sense. Stop lying.
Jesus wasn't a veggie.
Thank you, everyone. How far are we? Let me have a look. We're 10K, guys. We're only 10K for number one. 10K. Let's get to number one spot on the podium. 10K. Says delivered. I've got a delivery. One sec, guys. Okay, give me a sec. It might be up there. Put it outside, probably. 1 second, Santi.
Thank you, Amy.
Guys. Right. Let's have a look. Guys, we are 10K to number one. shit. Shit. Right. What is this? Cupcakes. Oh my god, I've got some cupcakes. Oh my god, guys. Thank you, Blondie. Oh my god, look at these cupcakes.
Guys, do we got a glove in us or somewhere? Anyone? We got a glove?
Oh my god. Look at this, guys. Thank you. Eternity, Alex. God, Lord, there's too many people to thank. Here, look. Can you see the cupcakes?
They look very nice. They haven't got any gelatin in, have they?
I don't know. Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm going to have to taste one.
What about the gelatin?
Oh my god, they're nice. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Guys, thank you so much for those. That came from Eternity. Can you give the list of names that sent these? Oh my god, they're lovely. Wow, what the hell? I don't even want to eat it because it looks too good to eat. They look amazing. Let me show you again. Can you screen record it, guys, so people can see what Eternity, Alex, the mod. Oh my god, who else was it? Eternity. Where is Eternity? You should say who gifted you and thank them. Graham, I know who gifted me. There's been so many people. Loads. Yeah. Guys, Eternity, can you put a list of the people's name? There was B, there was Sobian, there was...
Big up Amy, big up Lisa, big up Shorty, big up Minko, big up Foxy, big up Kirsty and my tapping crew.
Oh
Nice.
they look lovely, don't they? I'm coming off now. I'm going to go get Dave.
Happy birthday.
Okay, let me get Dave. Let me put Dave in. Guys, Dave isn't live. He's not live.
Can I get you some milk? Wow, lucky me. Lucky me. What did you do?
Came in.
Hey, is it your birthday today? Is that what you mean? Happy birthday,
Guys, can
Amy.
you take a screen recording of the cupcakes?
Oh, happy birthday, Amy.
And it says on here, happy 50th birthday to Lisa Queen. So can everyone take a screenshot of it, guys? I don't even want to eat them. That looks amazing. 3K from number 2. We've got 7K to number 1, guys. Oh my god, they look amazing. I'm gonna put them. Where am I gonna put these? Put them down. Oh shit! Put them down there. Oh my god. Oh, there's crumbs. One sec, guys. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Terence and everybody. Thank you so much.
Wine?
I'm going to put them over there. Okay.
Thank you, Shorty. Thank you, Foxy. Amy. Guys, can we get a few more? I don't think we're going to get it. It's too much for us, I think. 9.
They look amazing, guys, honestly. I want to eat one now, but I don't want to. They look too good. Thank you, guys. We're only, let me see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 7K from number one, guys, on the popular. 7K. $7K, guys, from popular. Oh my god, I got a 14-win streak. Thank you, guys. My Teddy number 9. Oh my god, thank you, everybody. What the hell? This is crazy. Thank you, everybody. What the hell? Thank you. Popular number 3. I know we're 7K to number 1. What the hell? Thank you. Is Dave on live? I don't think Dave's live. No, it's not live. Alexa, play Tina Turner. Love Tina Turner. Let's go, guys.
Call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world dream.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Speak the language of love like you know what it means. It can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Guys, we've got like 100 people in here and 36 points. That's pretty bad.
Baby, I would rather be in your heart, see the star of every night and every day.
We were absolutely smoked in that last one. I'm glad that she left.